Tony Grossi, longtime Cleveland Browns beat reporter on ESPN Cleveland, talking about what he has seen from the Browns quarterback position during training camp.
How confident are you that Watson will be able to throw the ball down the field?
Watson can throw the ball. Okay. If I came away from training camp with any take at all, it's that forget the arm injury is not an issue.
Okay.
So he will be able to throw deep. He could throw to any part of the field. I don't see any drop off in spin, velocity, whatever.
Let's welcome in Jake Burns from BrownsFilmBreakdown.com. And Jake, there's questions because of the injury, because he hasn't played in preseason, but the beat reporters who have been there every day pretty much unanimously say the arm hadn't been a problem.
Yeah, I've seen him throwing live myself on 4 different occasions being up there. I don't think the arm is the problem. I think physically he looks fine. So, that was something I was obviously keyed into because he's coming back from a not a very common shoulder injury. It was one that you see more in pitchers and some other sports. You don't, I think volleyball, it pops up here and there, but yeah, it was a very, very strange injury, but the physical part looks fine. I know he took a day off from throwing, but having on a very much smaller scale gone through some camps in my day, like your shoulder gets tired. You're throwing every day quite a bit. So I don't think it was very strange at all for him to take a day and be limited in practice with the shoulder side. But again, I don't think that's the problem. And I think anybody who's claiming the mental stuff is broken or it's bad, like judging it on practice, I think is such a dicey way to go about it when you're trying to sort through things in practice and you're trying to push your boundaries and make throws and test what you can and can't do. And, Watson needs as much of that stuff as anybody playing 12 games in the last 48, right? It's a lot of games. So I definitely think we have to just see it. Coming to this world of crazy panic about how good or bad, like really essentially how bad he could be, is basing it on practice is just a really dangerous thing to do. So you got to let it play out. He's got to stay healthy and he's got to show what he is able to do or not do at this point. But taking the preseason or training camp as the means of justifying panic about that, yeah, I don't think that's worth anyone's time right now. Like they're going to get tested early in some real games and we'll be able to judge what's working well and not working. And I think in an ideal world here, they want him to play all season and get as much evidence. They haven't had that chance, right? The first year he only plays 6 games at the end of the year. The second year he's hurt and only plays 5. So you just haven't had a chance to see him. How can you really feel good or bad about a guy you're not seeing that much? That's what it comes down to. So he needs to play 17, 18 ball games and good Lord willing, play 19 or so if they get a playoff win and go from there. And like I said, there's the panic or concern is understood based on it's been a long time since he's been the quarterback he was in 2020, but you need to see him play to totally gauge that. And that's something I think we're forgetting a little bit too much. Like practices in Berea don't really mean very much to what decisions get truly made in a ball game.